my biggest win that came out of last mastermind is I figured out how I can take the entire summer off of photographing. I retired my husband, so it's just me, and I can still do the same workload, just not have to work in the summer because I don't like to work when it's sunny out.
Yeah, you want to be outside, and you live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's beautiful up there in the summer.
Exactly.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Pretty Focused Podcast. Today, we have a special treat for you. We are talking with Coach Jenn. Jenn is one of the coaches at Pretty Focused, and she has just poured her heart and her soul into our students over the last, how long has it been now? 2 years?
About a year and a half, right?
Year and a half? Okay, so she is showing up every week, coaching our students through the program. And today she's going to share a little bit about her business and some things that she has learned along the way that has helped her kind of really, we're going to use the word success, be successful, though we know that that word is, and that looks different on everybody, but we're going to kind of help her, or we're going to talk about what has helped her kind of build momentum and keep going in her business. So Jenn, why don't you kind of start off sharing a little bit about when you started and how your business has gone over the last few years?
Okay. Let's see. I graduated January of 2022. So it's been a few years that I've been doing this. Yeah.
3.5 years.
I know. And I've been doing this, I guess we could call it full-time, but I work part-time. I'm not a full-time hour, like 40 hours a week. I just don't do that. So I've been doing this since I graduated, and I still love it just as much as I did when I graduated, and I probably love it more, but...
Well, because you've really tailored your business to the things that you love.
Yes.
And that's one thing I think that is really cool. You know, when you start, you're just like saying yes to everything. You're just like, you just want to get work. So you're like, say yes to everything. And then there comes a point where you're like, okay, I've done it all, but what do I love?
Yeah.
And that's probably the first thing I would say that is kind of helped you keep going, is that you have found what you love.
Yes, for sure.
And can you tell us about, how did you find your thing?
You know, I have always kind of felt like if you don't, I mean, work should be something that you love to do. Maybe you don't love it like 100% of the time, like all day, every day, but it should be something that like fills your cup by the end of the day. At least, you know, and I was doing some stuff that I just didn't like love, and I would drag my feet. And anyway, thankful to the Buyers Club. So I just, you know, one day I was like, hey, I love doing this. So I put out a little thing that said, hey, would anybody be interested in canning recipes? And I got a bunch of takers, and that was a lot of fun. And I was like, okay, well, maybe people want, you know, so I just kept doing that type of thing. And now I only do recipes that I love. And it's kind of become my little specialty.
Yeah, I love that. You put that out specific. Instead of saying, you know, hey, I can work for you. You know, it was like, hey, I do canning recipes. And then it was like, hey, I do sourdough recipes. Right. And so now you're kind of known for canning. If anybody has canning, what's really great is a blogger goes in there and says, hey, I got canning recipes. People are like, oh, Jenn does that. Right.
Yeah.
And so you have other community members kind of sharing your information if you miss out.
Yeah.
But it's also registers with that blogger. They're like, oh, I do have canning recipes that I need it done. Right. And so you give them specifics and that you want, and that's really how you connect. Or I have canning recipes. I've got a ton of sourdough recipes that need to be done. Or I have a ton of what you've done recently, and I love all your cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls. Yeah. And there's going to be a time where I'm like, I'm never doing one of those again.
What have you done with all of those cinnamon rolls?
Friends and family.
They love
because I cannot eat them. And I mean, a lot do end up in the yard waste because we just cannot go through that many. And my friends and family are like, hold up.
Okay. Well, but also who wants cinnamon rolls that have been
torn those apart? Go in the garbage, right?
You know what I mean? Like they've been touched and like you've had your hands all over them trying to perfectly position them in the photo. Yeah. So
yeah,
makes sense that somebody might not want to eat that. I love that. So you have found, so the first thing you did was just really found what you love. And that is just through kind of trial and error and then realizing, let's just kind of scale it back. What were some of those things you said that were you starting to feel a little burnt out? When you decided to make that switch?
Well, I am a very picky eater.
Okay.
And there's a lot of foods that I don't eat that we don't have in the house ever. And frankly, I'm not good at cooking those things. Like, I don't know how, this is going to sound ridiculous, I know, but I don't know how to cook ground beef or steaks because I haven't had anything off of a mammal since like the early 2000s, maybe.
Yeah.
So like things like that, I don't know how to cook and I know I'm not good at it. And I felt like that came out in my photos and it's not fair to the blogger that I'm not giving my, 110%.
Wow. I love that because we have a lot of people who have specific diets and they're wondering, well, like I can't have all this stuff in my house. So what can I do? Or they say, like you just said, like you've been doing this for 3.5 years and you've worked very successfully with clients. And you're like, I don't know how to cook ground beef. Because we also have people like, I don't know how to cook this. It was like, well, what do you know how to cook? And maybe that's your specialty.
Right.
Maybe you niche. Maybe somebody's like, oh, I know how to do ground beef.
Right.
You're like, they'll be like, Jen, you just hand me all the ground beef recipes you don't want to do.
Yes.
Because I think that's what's really great is that, we are starting to see more food bloggers who have different kind of needs and stuff come into the Buyers Club. So what's another way that you have stayed, I think maybe consistent or that something that has helped you in your business?
Well, I try to stay inspired and just show up every day. I mean, we have like great resources within our community. Like we've had the mastermind. I don't know if I should like dive into that yet or not, but that's really helped me like show up every day and really figure out what I want to do and what I like to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about staying inspired, showing up every day, just knowing that this is my job. This is what pays the bills, literally.
Yep. So. And I think keeping the mentality of like, I get to do this too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I know you're photographing more cinnamon rolls, but no, you get to photograph more cinnamon rolls and you're getting paid for it. Like how many people can say that?
Right. I love the creativity that goes along with this because it's like, oh, I'm doing cinnamon rolls and really how many ways can you do cinnamon rolls? Oh, let me tell you, a lot.
Oh, she will tell you. She has a cinnamon roll recipe for that.
I have next month's already planned out and I have 12 different versions coming out. So
Stop it. How many have you already done at this point?
I have done, oh gosh, I think 10, maybe 12.
Do they all sell?
All of them. Yeah. All of them did.
Like I have found that's awesome. That is amazing, Jen. And now you're like, I think that's what's great. You're like, whatever sells is like you're basically listening to your readers or listening to your clients,
yeah,
analyzing what they're buying the most of, and you're just continuing to do that. Do you have any savory cinnamon rolls coming out?
I do. I have 3 coming out next month.
Okay.
And I've done some also.
Okay. I think that's so cool. Like a biscuits and gravy roll breakfast. I've seen all of those things. It's so cool. Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And then you said, so staying inspired. And then how do you do that? How do you stay inspired? That feels very general.
It does. It does.
Specific to everybody.
Right. So things that I like to do, I'm obsessed with cozy videos on Instagram and TikTok. Okay. I scroll and watch and obsess over those videos. So that, and it's every day. And I think that I just love what I do so much. And I love the gratification every week of my recipe selling out, that it just like fuels that fire of,
that's great.
Of this. I don't know.
That's
it's kind of an addiction.
Because it is very exciting whenever you sell recipes. I still remember that feeling whenever I would, be at the park or going places and it'd be like, oh my gosh, I just sold. And that was before automation. So it was like, hold on, I got to send this invoice. Oh,
yeah. 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 I put everything, I send the email out and then I go to my exercise class. And then when I don't check my email until after my exercise class. And then I'm like,
good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. I love that. That's exciting. And so then the third one is, you kind of mentioned this already, is joining the mastermind has really helped you. And the mastermind is something that we have for graduates.
Yeah.
So this is something not a lot of people know about because it's really only for graduates. So we don't necessarily advertise it everywhere. But tell us a little bit about what the mastermind is.
So it's a small group of, well, since it's been ladies that the ones that I've joined, but a small group of us, we meet every week. We go through a lot of business, like the nitty gritty of what you need to do in your business, how to hold yourself accountable, and holding yourself accountable. We get like action items that we're needing to do. We set goals at the beginning and keep them going. Gosh, Tia just is like a wealth of information. So, we're always learning.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Tia is the one who facilitates the mastermind, and she kind of takes all of her business knowledge and shares with everybody. We've had some really cool wins, I think, come out of our mastermind where people have started blogs. We've had people hit 6 figures out of it and have just used this to kind of help kind of push them forward. Did you use the term racehorse?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was like, I thought I heard you say there's been a couple of race horses, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess the mastermind is like a racehorse and that it helps you get there faster. Okay. I was going to be like, tell me about this, but no. Okay. I'm just hearing things. Okay. Oh, that's too funny. But yeah. So what have been some, because this is not, we just ended a mastermind round at the time of this recording. This was your second round of mastermind. So what have been some of your biggest takeaways from joining mastermind?
Well, let's see. My biggest win that came out of last mastermind is I figured out how I can take the entire summer off of photographing. So right. I can still maintain, we retired my husband, so it's just me, and I can still do the same workload, just not have to work in the summer, because I don't like to work when it's sunny out.
Yeah, you want to be outside, and you live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's beautiful up there in the summer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's a huge win. So not only like you retired your husband, but you have figured out how you can work. I mean, it's perfect to take the summer off.
Yeah.
Like it is historically one of the slower months. Everybody's on vacation.
Yeah.
You should be too.
Yeah, exactly. And I know myself well enough that I'm going to still do like maybe 1 or 2 recipes a month, just to, keep the wheels turning.
Now, do you say when you say you're taking the summer off, like, are you going to be automating sales throughout the summer, or you're not doing anything in your shop for 2 months?
I'm not doing anything because I don't want to stress. I don't want to think about it. I'm just I'll do client work over the summer, and my clients usually drop off a little bit. They're like, let's only do 2 recipes a month.
Okay.
Which is fine with me, because then I can just take the time off. I can close up shop for selling exclusives and just enjoy the time. That's
awesome. So what were some of the things that you learned in the mastermind to be able to help you actually accomplish that? Because I'm sure we have people listening to this and they're thinking, wait, you can do that?
Yeah. So we go over our finances kind of like pretty closely. You figure out your hourly rate. You figure out everything. You figure out which like if you're doing recreations, if you're doing selling exclusive recipes, if you're doing video, like whatever it is that you decide that you want to do, like you got to figure out what your hourly rate is, how much money you are actually bringing in and how much is coming out, and just like how to really budget everything. And the planets align somehow.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And that, one thing that maybe people are aware of, maybe not, is it's a mindset shift going from like, I graduated a program to like, I'm a business owner.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people coming in, they don't have any photography experience or business experience either. Right. So we give you all of like the essentials and the basics to starting a business, but that will kind of get you started, but there is so much more to running a business. And so that is what the mastermind really helps, because like you said, this is what you do. Like, this is what brings in income for your family. You are able to retire your husband. You guys are able to do that. And, that requires some really intentional planning. And so, I love that you don't work full time either.
Yeah. I have too many other things.
Do you make a full-time income? Do you make a full-time income? So you make a full-time income on part-time hours.
Yes.
And that's huge too.
Yes.
Did the mastermind help you be able to accomplish that as well?
For sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Being able to work part-time and then now you're taking the summer off. I'm still mind blown. I didn't know that. That's incredible. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. I think it's fantastic. Yeah.
I hope more people can figure out how to do that, or just like stay in whatever it is that they like, that season, that if they're not feeling it, then figure it out so you can like be as flexible as possible.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, who would you say the mastermind is for?
I think it's for people who are like, this is their career. It really, it's for those that are ready to just take this on, or even a side project also, and be able to like starting a blog. Cause I know a lot of us are like getting our feet wet in that. Yeah. And, being able to prioritize your time in a way that you can still honor your clients and take on a new massive project.
Yeah, because there were people in this round of mastermind that they were not doing this for their photography business, right? They were looking actually and growing another business, completely unrelated to food photography.
Right.
Honestly. And then, and there were some wanting to start food blogs. And so they are like, how can I do both? And so Tia just walked them through these really big moves to be able to make that happen. And there were some really big moves made too.
For sure. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. So it's not just for those who this is my career, but if it's like you are wanting to grow something else too. And we had a lot of people ask us this time around, well, I want to grow a blog, or I'm looking at doing this. Is this for me? And it's like, yes.
Our goal is.
Yes. Our goal is to help you create a life that you love, whatever that is. And so I love that. I love that so much. So would you, I think I know what you're going to say to this, but what would you recommend the mastermind to anyone?
Oh, I don't know. Yes, of course. The grads that come through Pretty Focused are incredible humans. I don't think I've met one person that isn't just amazing. And then Tia, like, she walks on water as far as I'm concerned.
She's so great.
She is amazing. And I'm so glad we have her.
And because she also speaks very directly to you. You know what I mean? She doesn't sugarcoat things. She doesn't, she pushes you. Yeah. And just so enough. I would say don't do it if you're not prepared to work.
Right. Yeah.
This is not for you if you don't want to work. If you don't care what you make hourly, if you're here just to make a couple of extra bucks on the side.
Yeah, for sure. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Because there's people who just want to work during nap time, and that is fantastic. I love that. As Fabiana has said, it is a choose your own adventure, and you can do what you want. And so those who are serious about building businesses, this is definitely the mastermind is I think the way to go. Yeah. So Jenn, as we kind of wrap up this episode, what for those who are maybe they've just graduated and they're kind of looking ahead and they're like, oh boy, they have that I'm a business owner now. It's exciting, might be a little intimidating. What advice do you have for them?
Just keep going. Ask the former grads for help. We have our grad group, and there are lots of grads in there that have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge. Strive to be better with every session you do, because you will get better.
I love that you said that. I just had a conversation with somebody earlier this week, and she asked a really wonderful question. And she said, do you see people continue to improve their photography after they graduate? And I was like, oh yeah. And so, there's really two different camps.
Yeah.
That we see. We see people who are like, I am a graduate. I have peaked. I have done it. I'm good. I've accomplished what I have needed or what I needed to do. I graduated.
Yeah.
I'm done. And then we have people, the other camp is I've graduated. Now the real work starts.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That mindset, that's what I mean. That mindset shift from I'm a graduate of a program to I'm now a business owner. Yes. And so we do connect our grads with potential clients. So we do take off that, stress that a lot of business owners would have who are just going out in the wild and finding business like clients on their own. Like, so we help with you connect, but you still have to do the connect. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to put forth some effort there. Right. And your photos should be better than your portfolio. I told her, I said, in like 30 days or 3 months, you should be looking at your portfolio whenever you graduated and being like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I did that. You should be going back and like updating your portfolio because you have gotten so much better. And
right. So, because you just, I mean, through the course, you have so many sessions that you need to do. And then the portfolio, you do that. And then you're just like, I don't know. I do, 1 or 2 recipes every single day. So there's a lot of practice that goes in.
It's a lot of practice. Yeah. And so you've improved with that. You know, I mean, everybody improves over time. You should improve over time.
You should.
And if you've been doing this for a couple of years and your work still looks like what's in your portfolio, or you graduate and your work like starts to slip and your portfolio looks better than the work that you're doing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so we see this, we have 2 different kind of, mindsets coming out. And so I would say those who are, getting ready to graduate, just remember, that when you graduate, it's just the beginning. Yeah. And so I love that you mentioned we have our grad group. So we have a constant, encouragement there. And it's a great free resource that you can kind of go and ask. And we see grads coming back all the time and getting feedback from peers. And that is like a peer-led group. Our coaches are in there, but it's really led by peers. And I love seeing all of them go in and answer and help each other and give advice. I think it's so great to see how supportive these grads are, because they could essentially look at them as competition.
Yeah, but I feel like in the grad group, it's a big, nice, warm hug if somebody's struggling or somebody has a question.
Yeah, it's like we're all in this together.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I think that's fantastic. And then the mastermind just kind of takes it one step, I think, further.
I would say like 20 steps.
You're right. It's like a racehorse, right? It's going to get you around the track a lot faster than if you walk.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
See, it is like a racehorse.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Oh, that's awesome. So any advice, any other advice that you can think of? Maybe somebody who's hearing this, they haven't joined Pretty Focused yet, and they're just wondering, is this even for me?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, as a graduate and now a coach that is, doing this full time, I didn't know how to use my camera when I first started. So I had a really bottom of the line camera that got me through. And I'm telling you, I am so thankful every single day that I hit buy now or purchase or whatever your button said. I don't remember. It was too long ago. But I'm just it was best decision ever. Seriously.
I love that so much. I love it. I'm so glad that you joined, that you're part of our community, because I still remember getting emails from you whenever you were a student, and your journey didn't come without struggle.
Oh. No, I was on the struggle bus big time.
But you kept doing it.
I did.
You know what I mean? And I just remember getting that email. And you're like, I just had to take a minute. Yeah. And just kind of work on my own. And I was like, I'm so proud. Like, that's so great that you just took a minute. Because I think our students think that they have to post every single session in the group. Right. They can't reserve some just for them, and it's like, just to give yourself some time and practice on your own without the pressure of coaching, or without the pressure of eyes on it or whatever. And just kind of taking that time to play and let yourself be new at something. And I think that's what you did, is you gave yourself time to be new and to learn. And then you came right back at it. And look at you. You've retired your husband. You're taking summers off. You have a full-time income on part-time hours.
Yep.
Oh, Jenn, if you didn't come back.
I know. Oh my goodness. I know.
What would you have given up? Like, what would you even be doing?
I don't know. I couldn't imagine my life without this. So I'm just thankful that I had enough. Like, I followed through with the promise that I made to myself when I did this. When I signed up, I was like, I am going to graduate. And I told myself that every single day. And even when I, was just like not understanding, and I would just go back to the course, I had my camera in my hand going through the camera settings. And I'm like, okay. like trying to, until that light bulb went off. And then just like every single day, photographing dinner before we ate it. I didn't do any of the process or anything. It was just like photographing dinner before we ate it, put it on the table, we ate. It was like, okay, I did that. And then I'd do it again tomorrow. And I did that, I think, for like 3 months before I was like, okay, I'm ready to come back. And I did it and graduated pretty quickly after that.
Look at you now.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's awesome. Well, Jenn, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It was such a pleasure talking and just hearing your story. And I think it's inspiring. I love to know where you've been and where you are now. And so thank you so much for sharing with us.
You're welcome. Yes. Anytime.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you back here next time for another episode of the Pretty Focused Podcast.